Got to the meeting and had lunch with all these characters who I knew their names. I knew all of their names, just about every single one of them. Their names were all over the town, in storefronts and in the courthouse, the judge, the county clerk, and all of these people were people that I really wanted to meet. And I decided to join Rotary. Every meeting had a package of business cards in my pocket. No one asked me to do a thing. I was getting very disappointed at this opportunity. It just wasn't panning out. One day at lunch, one of the younger members of the club said to me, "You know, you haven't done much. We need a kid and his mother to be picked up at the airport tonight." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, we have a Gift of Life program, and we've arranged to have this boy evaluated so he can have a life-saving operation. Maybe you could arrange to pick them up and bring them to a convent house that we've arranged for them to stay in Passaic, New Jersey." I thought, oh boy, I had other plans for tonight. And the little boy that was with her, 5 or 6 years old, was also very timid, but he was blue tinted. He had blue around his eyelids and blue around his ears, and I noticed that his lips were blue and his fingertips were blue, and he was very retiring and protecting himself at every turn. I told her, Mrs. Wiederman, through the nuns, that I'd be back the next day to take them to the Jewish Memorial Hospital in Manhasset, I think, in North Shore, Long Island, where the Rotary had arranged for the doctor and the hospital to provide further diagnostics for this little boy and to ultimately arrange for a heart operation so that they could close some of, I think he had 2 fissures in his heart. The prognosis was he would probably not see his teens unless this operation were performed. So Mrs. Wiederman, she decided to take her shot, bring her kid to a place where she couldn't speak English, on the hope that somebody would save him. I came to the hospital on the day after they had done the operation, and he was on the bed with tubes and bandages and in his nose and in his arms, and I mean, he was really quite attended by this hospital and what they had done. Everyone in our Rotary Club knew what was going on, and we talked about it every meeting. A month or so after the operation, she wanted to say thank you to the Morristown Rotary Club, so I brought her and the boy to one of our Morristown Rotary lunches. The kid loved it. And the same boy that was quiet and retiring and protective of himself and hadn't really shown much energy for anything, now, 2 months post-operation, running like he never had an operation at all, running around like a terror. And you could see the mother was like unaccustomed to dealing with what she had just gotten herself into. Had the job of bringing them to Kennedy Airport to go back to Hungary. Loaded her baggage. I got her booked into the bellhop that took her stuff away, and she grabbed me around the neck and she said in my ear, "Thank you." But you wouldn't let go of my neck. My club, as a small little club in Morristown, saved a kid's life. It's what Rotary does.